really excited about this month's social chapter selection because it stars Caleb McLaughlin of Stranger Things fame, and I'm totally into that show. I don't know if there are any fans here.
Yeah, same. Well, this is an Audible original. It is called Sacrilege, Curse of the Mbirwi. It is a heart-stopping psychological thriller about the Wallace family's cursed vacation in Zimbabwe, where ancient spirits collide with inner wounds and family secrets are as deadly as the strange beasts that stalk the savannah. Take a listen.
A sacrilege has occurred, and it must be remedied.
Aren't you ready? Dad, why are they staring at us like that?
It's you, isn't it? I don't know what she's talking about.
Liar!
Wow!
Okay, so we all have 20 seconds to sound off on this Audible original. Cynthia, why don't you get us going?
Okay, I rated this a 7 out of 10, and here's why. So the best horror illuminates deeper, darker truths about humanity. This, however, was a little confusing. I think it was about intergenerational trauma, colonialism, and the arrogance of America, but it was convoluted, and then they tried to tie it up with a neat bow at the end. Having said that, I think a YA audience might really appreciate all of this, and both the performances and the harrowing audio design. So, yeah.
Good.
Very nice.
Jess, what about you?
Well, I gave this an 8 out of 10, and here's why. The audio design is the best I've heard in an Audible original. Completely immersive, whether we were in the wilderness facing terror or under the bed sheets. It felt like I was there, truly. Story-wise, the creators aimed high, maybe a little too high, so some of the bigger themes maybe got lost in the shuffle, but I'd rather have that than something safer flat.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
nice.
Mel,
Good.
what about you?
Well, I split the D, and you did what did you do? 7 and 8. I think a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
That's it, and here's why. As you said, Jess, immersive, vibrant. I really enjoyed the psychological gymnastics that a Black American family experienced upon landing in Africa, and the themes, identity, privilege, confronting intergenerational trauma, grief, death, joy, redemption. What I didn't like, being served up big life lessons so cleanly, perhaps obviously on a plate. I prefer to work a little bit less as a listener, and I didn't want, you know what, maybe give your listener a little bit more credit.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Okay.
I see that.
Okay, you want to hear my score? I gave this a 9.5 out of 10.
Whoa.
And here's why, because its electrifying blend of ancient mythology with pulse-pounding suspense had me hooked within the first 5 minutes. The narration is so gritty and immersive that at times I felt like I was watching a movie. Stranger Things' Caleb McLaughlin does a fantastic job playing a teenager who unwittingly unleashes an ancient spirit during a family trip to Zimbabwe. Every twist kept me hooked, and the cultural depth added a layer of authenticity that you rarely hear. I know I hear the ding, and I'm still going. I'm still going, because I really liked it. 9.5. I liked it.
Okay, well, as you've heard, the Wallace family is a Black family from America. They decide to go to Africa to find their roots on a luxury safari. So how much do you care about finding or connecting with your roots, Jess?
Do you know, until recently, very little. I was more interested in figuring out who was the builder of the 100-year-old house that we bought in Hamilton. And then all of a sudden, that led me sort of down a rabbit hole. And I thought, wait, maybe I should care more about my roots. And I went down a rabbit hole with my mom's side of the family. My grandmother, her people came from Alsace-Lorraine, which it was called at the time between Germany and France. And I went online, searched names, and then found out that there's this farm that connects the last name, and the people who work on the farm look just like me.
Oh, wow.
It was thrilling.
So that's really
Wow, I saw the trip.
Yeah,
no kidding.
I don't know. I feel like when it comes to roots, I feel like there'd be so many trees with so many different roots. I'm one of those people who has all these different European flavors and all these different things. The Italian side of me is the one I'm most connected to. But I'm going to Italy next year again, and I was thinking maybe I'll go back to the area where my great grandparents are from. But then I feel a little bit like, you ever see that that scene in The Sopranos when the family goes to Italy and they're like, all the Italians are like kind of like laughing at them because they're such a watered down version of Italian. That's a little bit. I am connected to it, but I also feel like it's hard to claim it when it's been so watered down.
Yeah, I understand.
Well,
that.
I feel the opposite. I did my ancestry because I wanted to find out where I'm from, and a large part of my ancestry is from the Ivory Coast, and then the other chunk is from Ghana. And I've traveled a lot. I don't know why I haven't gone to the continent yet. I think I'm a little bit nervous that I'm going to be overwhelmed by the feelings because of the history of Black people, how we got here, you know, as a whole slavery thing. But I really want to make that trip, but I really think it's important for everybody, especially kids growing up. I was always curious about where we were from, so having that answer and making that trip is, you know, definitely on my bucket list. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be a big one. Yeah.
Okay. So from the moment the Wallace family lands in Africa, weird and creepy things start happening right away. So have you ever had something disturbing that you can't really explain that's happened to you?
I've never had that, but recently my mom did. My dad passed away May 6th, and about a couple weeks after, and I should maybe preface that with, my mom and dad hadn't spoken in 30 years.
Wow.
And a couple of weeks after that, my mom opened up the freezer and there was a white feather sitting there. I can't and she was like, Jessie, what could this? She sent a photo, and you guys know on the show I'm like the least superstitious person ever. But you understand how grief can make you want to believe in anything. And so my mom and I are choosing to believe that was a little peace offering from my dad.
That.
Yeah.
I really love that. I love that. And I don't know how to follow that because the story that I have is a little bit. I just went to a cottage once when I was a kid, and I ended up finding this gnarly copy of The Omen, that book. And then later that night, I fell asleep, and I swear to God, I saw a little creepy kid standing at the foot of my bed. It was at a cottage, and I don't know, and I swear that I saw something.
Cottages.
And I was absolutely terrified.
I told you
You're
about
not
those
gonna like my
cottages.
story then.
Oh, God, you got a cottage?
I got a cottage.
Okay, what happened?
So a friend of mine owns this very, very old cottage, and they keep a chair for the previous owner who built it from like over 100 years ago because he's visiting all the time.
Oh,
and how do we
gosh.
know? Because they used to ring a bell for mealtime, so they don't like it when anyone sits in his chair, and whenever he feels like it, the bell just rings.
Okay.
Here's another reason not to go to the cottage.
Okay.
I didn't have enough reasons.
Okay, we want to get to this hopefully quickly. Okay, so as we know, many characters in this Audible are dealing with profound grief after losing family members, including the Wallace family. And Deshawn comes to realize that not properly dealing with their grief is actually the thing that's tearing their family apart. So, you know, let's talk about, like, are there anything that helps you deal with grief and loss?
Yeah, I had two things that helped me a lot. My father passed away last year, September. It's almost, it's gonna be a year soon. It's so crazy that time went by so fast. But for sure, it was my personal trainer, Will Sellis. Hi, Will, because he watches, and my therapist, who I went to see after my dad was cremated. That was the first stop that I made. When I didn't leave the house after my dad passed away because I was just overwhelmed and didn't know. But the first place I went to was the gym because I just needed to do something, and I wanted to do something positive. And Will, whose mom had passed away 4 months prior, we kind of held my hand and walked me through it. And those two men really helped me through that whole process. I don't know where I'd be if I did not have them. So I want to publicly say thank you. Thank you so much, you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. All right, so that was really beautiful. Mel, sorry, that's not what I'm supposed to say. Safe to say that this Audible originally definitely got us talking. And good news, you can join me and Jess on Instagram Live today at 4:30 Eastern Time to continue this very important conversation, including our worst trip from hell experiences, whether we've ever experienced something that felt fated. It's gonna be a juicy one.
And we'll try not to cry.
Yeah, we're trying not to cry. We won't.
Oh, that's my turn now. But guess what, guys? It's time for the big reveal. Drum roll, please. Our next social chapter selection is Rich Girl Summer by Lily Chu. So this is set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country. And
we're going back to the cottage.
This Audible original follows the story of Valerie, a down on her luck event planner, posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter. As she attempts to remain undercover, she finds herself uncovering the scandalous past of a secretive family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the family's handsome assistant, Nico.
Yes. Hey, don't forget, go to audible.ca to pre-order it for yourself. You can also scan the QR code that's on the screen right there. It'll take you straight there. Don't forget, your first audiobook is free with your membership. So you can go ahead and listen along with us, okay? So let's take a break. Don't forget, we'll be doing that in the next couple of months. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.